anything that they accuse you of?
No.
Nothing. Nothing. So you're guilty in your mind of nothing.
I feel like I should be there opening day.
The apology coming at an ironic time. The fake doctor who supplied A-Rod with the drugs, Anthony Bosch, sentenced today to 4 years in prison, while A-Rod is getting ready to go back to the big leagues. The man who kissed himself in the mirror for that famous Details magazine spread, finishing the letter with wholehearted belief in himself. When I go to spring training, I will do everything I can to earn a spot on the Yankees and help us win. And A-Rod had signed one of the biggest contracts in baseball history. David, the Yankees still owe him $61 million.
$61 million. All right, Gio, thank you. There's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. The dash cam video from St. Louis under scrutiny tonight. On the tape, you can hear one of the officers alerting the others that the camera is rolling. They then turn it off. You'll hear the video and the sound right here coming up. The medical headline also tonight, the one thing they now want you to eat, they say it'll help you lose weight right away. And ready for their close-up tonight, behind the scenes at the Westminster Dog Show. Tonight, the front runner already, and so Dan Harris goes right to the front of the line to show us all that.
Caring for someone with Alzheimer's means I am a lot of things. I am his guardian. I am his voice. So I asked about adding once daily Namenda XR to his current treatment for moderate to severe Alzheimer's. It works differently. When added to another Alzheimer's treatment like Aricept, it may improve overall function and cognition, and may slow the worsening of symptoms for a while.
Namenda XR doesn't change if the disease progresses. It shouldn't be taken by anyone allergic to Memantine or who's had a bad reaction.
Execution playing surveillance video.
Would make these tank cars tougher, but it would only apply to rail cars made after.
Start their case by showing the jury Chris Kyle's Navy SEAL rifle, emblazoned with American Sniper on the side. The gun and the man who carried it made famous in the blockbuster of the same name.
You got a grenade, got an RKG Russian grenade, say it to the kid.
Ralph's attorneys are arguing the Marine vet was so paranoid he felt threatened by the 5 assault rifles Kyle and his friend Chad Littlefield brought to that gun range 2 years ago. To further make that point, they called the killer's mother to the stand. Jody Ralph testified her only son wasn't the same when he got out of the military. She says he was suicidal and in and out of VA hospitals. The month before the murders, you begged the VA not to release your son, asked the attorney. Absolutely I did, his mother replies. Earlier this afternoon, prosecutors rested their case after calling 26 witnesses and showing the jury so many videos of Ralph, often using his own words against him. The latest, Ralph in the back of a police cruiser just after his arrest. When the officer asked if he's okay, he says, "I've been paranoid schizophrenic all day. I don't know what to even make of the world right now. I don't know if I'm insane." Prosecutors say it's all an act. They say Ralph only says things like that or does things like lie down in the cruiser when people are nearby. Watch. They say when officers walk away from the car, he sits up normally and appears relaxed. Over the next few days, the defense is expected to call more members of Eddie Ralph's family and a long line of his doctors. David.
Ryan Owens tonight. Ryan, thank you. And to the latest horror from ISIS. And word this evening, U.S. intelligence authorities are now studying the video, the voice of the man narrating. Some believe this time it was very different. It was the voice attached to these images, 21 men lined up on a beach on the Mediterranean, all of them killed. This is the man, his face disguised. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Walsh with what the voice could reveal.
U.S. intelligence officials tonight say they are seeking to determine if the man behind the mask, leading the ISIS murders of 21 Christians, could be an American, comparing his facial features and speaking patterns to Americans known to have joined ISIS.
Today, we're on the southern home.
He says south instead of south, so he's not from Canada.
Eric Thomas, a professor of linguistics at North Carolina State, says a number of distinctive pronunciations,
all praises due to Allah.
He said do instead of do,
point to a possible U.S. background with some Arabic influence as well.
I think he sounds pretty American.
With the pipeline of U.S. recruits to ISIS a growing concern, the White House today began a new effort to counter the terror group's propaganda machine.
We need answers that go beyond a military answer.
The U.S. State Department has now launched its own campaign to counter the estimated 30,000 to 40,000 ISIS supporters active on social media every day, sending Twitter messages that call ISIS adult fighters cowards who use women recruits only for sex, and showing ISIS leader al-Baghdadi as promising only death. Some analysts say the U.S. campaign of insults misses the mark.
It's not impacting the people who may be inspired by the ISIS ideology and willing to carry out attacks on its behalf.
Officials tonight say there's not yet been a determination if the ISIS leader on this most recent tape is in fact an American. They tell us finding out is a very high priority.
Intriguing question tonight, Brian. Thank you. Breaking news from the White House tonight amid a new standoff over immigration. A Texas judge blocking the president's executive order that would have offered protection and work permits for up to 5 million undocumented immigrants here in the U.S. Well, late